Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. The message came in at 2:17 a.m. I wasn't even asleep, just lying there, staring at the ceiling while the soft glow of my phone lit up the room. Her side of the bed was empty again. That had become normal. Unknown number. You should ask your wife where she really goes every Thursday night. My chest tightened, but not in the way you'd expect. Not anger. Not yet. Just a slow sinking feeling. Like something I'd been avoiding finally decided to speak. I didn't reply. I just stared at the message until the screen dimmed and my reflection replaced the words. Useless. That's what she'd called me earlier that week. It wasn't even during a fight. Just a passing comment, tossed carelessly over her shoulder while she got ready to leave. You wouldn't understand, Omar. You've never really done anything with your life. I remember laughing it off, pretending it didn't land. But it did. It stuck somewhere deep, somewhere I couldn't reach to pull it out. And now this message. I checked the time again. 2:19 a.m. She'd said she was at her friend Sanaa's place. Girls' night. The third one this month. I opened our chat. Last message from her. Don't wait up. I told myself not to jump to conclusions. People send stupid anonymous texts all the time. Jealous friends. Exes. Trolls. Still, my thumb hovered over Sanaa's contact. I didn't call. Instead, I waited. She came home at 3:08 a.m., quiet as a shadow. I closed my eyes just enough to make it believable. I felt the mattress dip as she slid in beside me, the faint scent of perfume, sweet, unfamiliar, clinging to her skin. Not hers. Not the one she usually wore. I lay there, perfectly still, while my thoughts began stitching together things I'd ignored. Missed calls. Locked phone. Smiles at texts she wouldn't show me. The way she started dressing up more but not for me. And the way she'd look at me sometimes, like I was something she'd already outgrown. The next morning I acted normal. So how was Sanaa? I asked, sipping tea. She didn't even look up. Good. We watched a movie. What movie? A pause. Just a second too long. I don't remember. Some rom-com. I nodded slowly. Nice. She grabbed her bag and kissed my cheek. Felt like a routine, not affection. You should really think about doing something with your time, she added casually. Sitting at home all day isn't attractive. There it was again. Useless. The word echoed long after she left. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I did something I hadn't done in a long time. I paid attention. Thursday came again. This time I watched her get ready. The careful makeup. The dress she claimed was just casual. The way she checked herself in the mirror. Not once but 3 times. For Sanaa. I asked lightly. She rolled her eyes. Don't start. I'm not starting anything. She grabbed her keys. Good. The door shut behind her. I waited 5 minutes, then followed. I didn't feel like myself driving that night. My hands were too tight on the steering wheel, my breathing shallow. Part of me hoped desperately that this would all turn out to be nothing. That I'd laugh about it later. That I'd apologize. But when I saw her car parked outside a small cafe on the other side of town, something inside me went quiet. Too quiet. I parked across the street. And then I saw her. She wasn't alone. He sat across from her, leaning in, smiling like he knew her. Like he knew things about her I didn't anymore. She laughed. God, she laughed. That soft, genuine laugh I hadn't heard in months. I didn't storm in. I didn't make a scene. I just watched. Because sometimes the truth doesn't need confrontation. Just needs to be seen. That night, she came home earlier than usual. I was sitting in the living room, lights off. We need to talk, I said. She froze. There was no denial. No confusion. Just silence. Who is he? I asked. She looked down, her voice barely a whisper. It's not what you think. I almost smiled. It never is, right? Tears filled her eyes. I didn't mean for it to happen. But it did. She nodded. And just like that, years of memories began to feel unreliable. Like I'd been living in a version of our life that only I believed in. I felt stuck, she said. You stopped trying, Omar. You stopped growing. And that makes this okay? No, her voice broke. But I felt invisible. I let that sit between us. Invisible. Useless. Funny how words linger longer than actions sometimes. Do you love him? I asked. She hesitated, and that hesitation told me everything. A week later, I sat alone in my lawyer's office, finalizing the papers. She didn't fight it, didn't beg, just accepted it. Before she left for good, she stood at the door, looking at me like she wanted to say something more. I didn't know, she said finally. Know what? About your father. I frowned. What about him? She swallowed. The inheritance. The properties. The business he left you. Sana told me. I stared at her. I didn't tell you because I didn't want it to matter, I said quietly. Her eyes filled with something I hadn't seen before. Regret. I thought you had nothing, she whispered. I shook my head slowly. No. You just never looked closely enough. After she left, the house felt different. Empty but honest. For the first time in a long time, I wasn't trying to prove anything to anyone. Not my worth. Not my success. Not my existence. She thought I was useless. Maybe I let her believe that. But the truth is, people don't reveal your value. They reveal their perception. And sometimes walking away isn't losing everything. It's finally seeing clearly what was never really yours to begin with.